All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It's 7:30 on Wednesday, August 17th. Yep, Wednesday. I thought I was going to be leaving yesterday, but as I was leaving, it was like 9 a.m. I'm packing up, and I was talking to the owner, which, of course, I forget his name already, but he's incredible. Everything in Far Out Guides was right. He's just, if you're a hiker, you need to stop here. Like, he literally, when he sells out his hotel, he always keeps a couple rooms just for hikers in case they pull up. So, and he won't turn a hiker away. He'll let you put a mat in downstairs in the art gallery or whatever. He'll figure it out. But anyway, I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I wish I could stay another day, but my wallet says otherwise. And he's like, oh, well, we could work out a deal. And I'm like, oh yeah, I like deals. Anyway, make a long story short, he made me do, he didn't make me do, he asked me to do some yard work, and I got a free night out of it. So I literally did yard work for less than an hour. I ate more tomatoes than anything. But I weed whacked and pushed a little push mower for a little bit. It was basically super easy. I don't even think he needed it really done. He was just trying to hook me up, and I appreciate it. It was awesome. So anyway, I got 3 nights there. The first day didn't really count because I walked, 13 miles or whatever, but I got 2 days of doing nothing. Yesterday, I literally did nothing. I pretty much slept all day. But the day before, I did this, like 2-mile walk to the mini mart, blah, blah, blah. I got food. I got about 8 days of food in my bag. I'm going to be passing 2 towns before, whatever. I'm going to pass Northport, which I can resupply at a gas station, but I'm pretty much just going to grab, like, snacks there. I should be good if I just eat snacks. I don't have a lot of snacks. I got 8 dinners, so like mashed potatoes or a soup, and then I have 16 Cliff Bars. There wasn't many choices in this little market, so I had to do what I had to do. Snack wise, I'm a little light, and I got about 120 bucks in my pocket, so I'm sitting okay. So I'm looking at resupplying in Orient. Northport, maybe grab a couple snacks, but Orient's like 100 miles in, and then it's right on trail, like 3 miles off trail. I'll resupply there. My goal is to do 240 miles in the next 2 weeks. So I got to average about 15 miles. This is beautiful. I got to average 15 miles a day to get to Oroville. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Oroville, Oroville, Washington. And there's like 2 or 3 motels in that town. It's another small town, but I should pull in there on the 1st, which is a Thursday. The only problem is I think Monday is Labor Day, so I'm hoping I can get a room. But that's my goal, so I can get a room, order new shoes. I might have to get some new pants, or at least get these sewed up. I don't know. We'll see. But, get my normal gear. Leuco tape maybe, Aquamira, all that stuff. So that's my goal, and we'll see. I just got to average 15 miles. I'm getting ready to get into some, like today, right off the rip, I'm going to climb 5,000 feet. After a little bit of road walk, and I got like a 15 or 20 mile road walk maybe tomorrow, the day after. So we got some elevation coming and some road walking coming before I hit Northport. I'm gonna stop at this mini mart up here and buy like 5 Gatorades, fill up my Nalgene's with Gatorade, hopefully find another water bottle for here, because this one is real beat up. I know nothing's probably gonna happen to it, but I feel like it's compromised. I don't know. But I cleaned off the tip of that, the mouthpiece. I cleaned up my Nalgene's with soap and water. I cleaned my, my food container, all that stuff. I posted that short. I posted my first short ever on, I don't know if I talked about this. I might have. I'm sorry if I did, but I posted a short on YouTube of me doing that rock slide. It got 7,000 views in like 15 minutes. And then it kind of stopped progressing. It hasn't gone up, so I don't know how it works with the YouTube algorithm or whatever, but man, I felt like oh yeah, I did bring this up. I felt like an influencer with all that views. And my subs went up like 15 people. And I was all excited because I finally went over 600, but then like 5 people left. So I don't know if they left when they saw the material, or maybe a couple of them were like spam accounts and YouTube took them off. I don't know. But now I'm back down to 595. From 500 to 600, it has taken me forever. My quickest gain was from like 200 to 500. It was a stretch of the American Discovery Trail where like I was getting like 30 a month, man. And I know that's nothing, but for me, I was like, wow, this is a lot. I can't say enough good things about the historical Washington Hotel. Like I said, 4-hour guides, everyone loves Tiffany. Tiffany's no longer there. But the owner's a super cool dude, old timer. He does, like, literally gives you a basket. He's like, hey, just put your clothes in this and stick it in the hallway. And I'm like, these are filthy. Like, you sure you just want them sitting in the hallway? He's like, I tell everyone that comes here, if they're not a hiker, like, hey, you're going to see and smell some weird stuff. I cater to hikers. So, I'm telling you, the guy's super cool. Literally, I tried to give him $10 for doing the laundry, which, probably isn't enough, but whatever. But he refused to take it. So, I just left the $10 in the room for him or the lady, I don't know, whoever cleans the room. But so I left it in the room for the tip. But I'm telling you, it's a really good hotel if you're comfortable with. It's a communal bathroom, you know what I mean? It's got doors on the bathroom stalls. It's tight and small, but it's an old time building. I think people were smaller back then. Like, you got no room, but 2 showers, 2 toilets in the 1 bathroom. There's another bathroom, but I think they use that for females. But it's great. No TV in the room, but like I said, there's a TV room. I never left a room. He has Wi-Fi, but it doesn't work well upstairs. But he'll let you go downstairs into his mom's old art gallery. It's literally an art gallery. She was an artist. And you could sit in there and you get perfect Wi-Fi. So download whatever you want and go up in your room and watch it. But I have T-Mobile, and I had beautiful 5G. I posted both videos through my 5G. I watched everything, never had an issue. So I meant to bring this up earlier. If you're hiking this trail and you hit this town but you don't have the money, or you just don't want to spend the night or whatever, like I said, everything's right in town, or the mini mart here right off trail. But right across the street from the Washington Hotel where I stayed at, there's a little pavilion, like a little park. There's a pavilion in the park. It's got electrical outlets. And then right there also is it's like the town's library. But all it is an old box car. You can get in there and get in, it's nice and cool in there. There's a restroom. And they have a bunch of books and, stuff you can look at, like artifacts from the town or the history. What I'm saying is you can stop and get power, resupply and everything. And you can even probably camp. Honestly, probably nobody goes into that box car. You could probably sleep in it. Alright, I got, I'm only 2.58 in for the day. I got 4.5 more miles of just road walking. Going uphill, it looks like, before I get to the trail. And then the trail is going to be a little over 3,000 feet of elevation gain. So I'll gain almost 2 road walking. Yay. Another thing, I keep going back to the hotel because it's a great stop for hikers. They have a whole room there that's just dedicated. It's called the hiking room. And, it's got the gear box and all. It's got a lot of stuff in it. But, there's a pack there. There's extra poles there. There's a couple fuel canisters there, half full. But there's probably, there's well over 100 things of bear spray there. I guess this is where everyone finally gets rid of their bear spray. The owner told me that there's no grizzlies out here. I don't know if that's correct. He said just black bears, so I guess people aren't worried about it. Honestly, I don't know if I'd be carrying bear spray either for just black bears, but I like having it for just self-defense. I used to carry that small one, like a cop-sized one, when I was first hiking across America. I had to spray that raccoon that I think had distemper. Something was wrong. He was foaming at the, he had like snots coming out of his nose. It could have been rabies, but I don't think so. He was acting more like drunk and goofy. But I like having this thing because now, I can actually spray something, like, for real. Not just a little stream. This puts out it's just good for self-defense. All right, 9:30, guys. I'm 4.28 in, and I'm really struggling. Not really struggling, just my neck, man. For some reason, when I'm, especially road walking, my neck, it's got to be the way I'm walking, obviously. But the neck just kills me. And it starts to freak me out, this bump I can feel up on my hairline. I don't know if that was ever there before, or if it's something new. But just thinking ahead for the next 2 weeks, averaging 15 miles a day, it's going to be extremely challenging, especially during these next 5 days. With a heavy pack and going over 98 all days, possibly to 100 a couple of days. Alright, it's 12 o'clock, guys. I'm at 7.97 miles in, so just getting ready to hit 8 miles. It's all been road walking. I thought I'd be on a trail, but at least it's a dirt road. But man, it's hot already. I'm still filled. I have exactly the same floats I had when I left town. I stopped at the creek I've passed over a couple times and drank down the 23 ounces and then refilled. So I'm trying to stay on top of the fluids. 9.39 miles in. I've been passing these logging operation signs, but it's been dead. I haven't seen a vehicle on this road in 9 miles. All right, 3:35. I'm at 12.55 miles in. I've gained, wrong button. I've gained 3,500 feet of elevation. So, it's been a good first day back on the trail. I see my trailhead finally coming up. And I don't believe I'm on that for very long, and then I'll be back road walking all day tomorrow. But then again, who knows? I can't read a map. I just walked the road to the end because I could hear this humming. And I thought it was a creek. Well, my notes say there's a spring on the trail about 1.5 miles in. So I'll probably find somewhere to camp here at the beginning of the trail and go looking for that water tonight, because some of the notes say barely flowing. Some of the notes say it's flowing well. So I don't know. Alright guys, it's 4:30. I'm at 13.16 in. I was going to walk the almost 2 miles to this spring. But there's only one person in the notes out of like 15 notes that are written on it that mentions a campsite next to it. And I'm starting to climb again, so I just don't want to... I'm backing out. I'm only like a quarter mile in, but... I wanted to make sure there was water there so I could drink more tonight to prep for tomorrow, but I'm just going to back out, set up camp here at the trailhead somewhere, and then worry about the water tomorrow. I just don't want to risk not having a camping spot. Alright, good morning guys. I slept there last night. Had a, kind of a sunrise this morning. Saw the sun peeking out. The moon's still out there, nice and beautiful. It's 6:30 a.m. on Thursday, August 18th, and I'm hopping on the Flume Creek Trail right now. By my map reading skills, I have 11.4 miles of trail ahead of me, and then 30.2 miles of road walking, and that takes me through Northport. So about 25 miles of road walking to get to Northport, and then that's where I'll look at to recharge some of my batteries, or my battery, and hang out in town for a couple hours at a park or a boat dock trying to get some power, but that won't be till tomorrow. Man, I'm only 0.6 of a mile in. First of all, it's already hot, but I'm covered in so many spider webs right now, it's actually a little creepy. I just feel them all over me. Reminds me of like, especially when we moved into like the further northeast, so like right on the border of Philadelphia and Abington. So it's like almost in the suburbs, but I was still in Philly. Anyway, when I would leave the house in the morning, there's more bushes and trees where I was at, but when I go to the school bus in the morning, I'd walk through spider webs every day. I always wonder, like, where all them spider webs go? Because you feel them all over you. There's no way you're pulling them all off. But anyway, I'm covered in spider webs right now. I can feel them because I've rolled my sleeves up for the heat. They're all over my arms, my face, my head, my neck. Look at the baby. They got so much bigger than when I was first seeing them on the hike. Mom's up there. They have such good camouflage. I don't know if you can even see on the phone. Hey, girl. There you go. Completely different from what? Just a couple weeks ago when they were little chicks. Well, 1.79. I started my watch a little late, and there's supposed to be a spring at 181 at a switchback, and I'm assuming that's it. And I can't find anything, so some of the notes say it's not running, some of the notes say it's there, but I can't find nothing, I don't hear nothing. So the next possibility for water, which again seems to be extremely hit or miss, is in 4 miles. Well, I'm gonna backtrack just like a half mile, maybe max. I remember on a switchback I passed a dry creek bed, and if I look on my map, it says there's a creek there. And the comments mention there's a campsite near the spring next to the creek. There's no creek up here, but so I'm just gonna go back and just double check. I didn't see any water there, but it was so early that I didn't consider looking for the springs. I thought it was still further ahead of me, so it might be a waste of time, or might be everything, so we'll see. Oh, I think I found the camping spot, but I can't find any spring or running water or nothing back here. It's a little side trail near the creek, so I'm going to just walk around for a little bit. Hope I just didn't waste a little over a mile total when I walk back. Oh, I followed this old creek bed down for a little bit. There's nothing. I can't find anything, at least. So it was a little wasted trip. Just drank more water doing it. 3.77 miles in. Slow going as usual with me. These rocks are horrible to walk on. Alright, 12:30 guys. I'm at 7.43 miles in. 5 hours of hiking. I gained 2,341 feet of elevation. Lost 2,600 feet. Anyway, this is a lifesaver. I was banking on this because this is all I had left. I mean, I'm not in like a life, my life wasn't at stake or anything, but 7 miles over 2,000 feet elevation gain. All I had was 2 liters of fluid. It's not ideal, and you'll pay for that tomorrow, later tonight. So there's also supposed to be a chance at another trickling creek. This creek, they said it was trickling, but that's a trickle, but that'll definitely work. If water never needed to get filtered, it's probably right here. I mean, this is coming literally, all the water that comes from the ground, so the ground's filtering it, but I'm going to put drops in there. I'm going to have to hold my bag under there forever, so I'm going to utilize some drops here. I don't think I've had a clear day without that haze since I started the trail. Well, Glacier was beautiful and clear. It's like 2:50 guys. I got like 2 miles or so left, so I'm just going to eat here so I'm not eating in camp. I've been getting a little carried away and loose with eating where I sleep at and blah blah blah, so I got time to kill anyway. There's no rush to get there. I'm going to stop. Like I said, my day's going to be right around 11 and a half miles or so. 12, I guess, because I did a little walking. I just turned my watch off and everything. Well, sounds like a creek. I thought it was wind up there. So once again, if I would have read my notes more, I wouldn't have had to stock up on water earlier with that little trickle. Because there's plenty of water here. I might put a tent right there. I'm going to go look at these established. I'm not a fan of established tent sites because that means a car can pull up and everything else, but I do like having this creek nearby. Alright, this is the best spot. Road's down there. The only problem is I'm going to be camping and somebody comes, they're going to pull up in here to camp here and then be like, oh, tent, and back out, which I know is not a big deal, but it'll bother me and it'll keep me awake for an hour. So, but that's this the best one. It's for at least privacy. I'm done for the day. A little, I don't even know what time it is. Closer to 5, 4:30, something like that. But I'm done. I'll get up early tomorrow. Get stocked up on fluids. I'm gonna make sure I drink at least an Nalgene, so 48 ounces or so. Plus, there's left in my little bottle here just to hydrate for tomorrow, and then so yeah, I'll get on the road tomorrow, nice and early, nice long road walk. See you in the morning. All right, good morning, everybody. It's 05:50 on Friday, August 19th. Just leaving the campground. A little bit later than I wanted to start, but it's still pretty early. I'm before 6, so that's good. I got up at 4:45 and I was like, I just happened to be up at 4:30 before my alarm went at 4:45. So when I got up, I was like, oh man, I was like, it's still dark. So I laid down for like 15 more minutes and then I got up. Anyway, I'm moving slow. But the next 30, 35 miles ahead of me is looking like this. I'm listening to the second book in the series by Jack Carr. I think this one's called True Believer. I mean, I don't know why I waited so long to get on these books. The first one was incredible. This one's just as good. A little slower in the beginning, but it's a good book. I'm already 10 hours in from yesterday. I just like books where... I like some books where I have no clue what they're talking about, like a book by Neil deGrasse Tyson or something, where literally he might as well be speaking French or something, or it just makes my brain hurt. I like books like that, but I also like books like this, where all the lingo that's being used is stuff that I have experience with, from the shoes to the weaponry to the gear, even to certain areas of the world. It's just nice being like, hey, I know what that is, or I know about that, or again, listening to this book, and he's talking about his first flight in an Osprey, which is the tilt rotor helicopter. So the rotors actually are like a regular helicopter and it lands, but then they can tilt like a plane and go forward. Anyway, he's talking about how when he got on it, he was nervous because how many of them crashed. And I remember back in, my years might be wrong here, but somewhere like after 03 or around 03. No, I think it was already after the war started, but they were testing them. And he brings us up in the book how many crashed, and they were going down left and right, man. I always wanted to get on one, and then when they started going down, I was like, maybe I'll wait a couple years. Not that I had a choice if they said we were going on. Anyway, I remember they actually stopped using them for a couple years, or I might be exaggerating by that length, but they definitely got pulled from service for a while, because I want to say at least 3 or 4, if not more, crashed all like in a short time frame. But they're in use now and they're fine. So that's the problem. You got to work. You think the kinks would be worked out before they finally made it, because I mean that's like a 20-year project. It's not like something that just came up and all. That was in development for at least 10 years. All right. Off of the dirt road and on to asphalt. Oh man, a dog. That's all I would need, man. A little school bus with all that wood, that'd be good. Got some turkeys crossing the road, some hens with their chicks. What I'm guessing are turkeys and hens. I mean, hens with their chicks. Turkeys. I'm 5.89 miles in. It is 7:53. So I'm maintaining a decent pace. It's starting to get hot. Well, another running with a dog, a huge dog, a bull mastiff at that. But the lady had no leash on him or not. I could see her for like a mile. She was ahead of me and she kept like bending over. Anyway, I come to find out the dog doesn't have a leash, and it does not listen to her well. She's throwing rocks at it and everything, trying to get him to get off. And on top of it all, she's walking around with a shotgun. You're definitely in a different part of Washington, just walking down the road with a shotgun. All right, 5 after 9, guys. Just haven't taken a break yet. Haven't dropped the pack or nothing. I'm 9.82 in. So just trying to make as good a time as I can before I start getting all this sun. But I'm starting to feel it already. Beautiful. All right, guys, 11:15. I'm in Northport. Already went to the gas station, got a burrito, a soda, 2, 4, 5 Gatorades to fill up my Nalgene's and my front water bottle, and just a couple, actually only like a thing of beef jerky, then some gummy bears. It's like a quick, and a can of chew, or 2 cans of chew. So it was a quick $40. Just in bad. I was coming up on my 15-mile mark. No, 14? Whatever. I was like around between 13 and 15, I forget. And somebody came and picked me up, a couple who owns a property up here, and they were coming into town. Wonderful couple. So I'm very happy. I don't care that I cheated a little bit because I walked the majority of it. So if I look at my watch, right, I got my stuff charging over here. We'll see how long I can stay. There was a guy that was cutting the grass who was talking to me, asking me all kinds of questions, but because the outlets under there didn't work, and he saw me trying to plug them in, so I found this works. Yeah, I went, so far today I went 22.49 miles, so the car ride was about 7 miles, which I'm happy, because that knocks out the miles I need to do today. I still need to average 15 going forward, but this is nice. I'm going to stay here for hopefully a couple hours. It'd be nice, but there is a campsite 6 miles up. I would like to, I got a Red Bull too, I'm sorry. I got a 16-ounce Red Bull for tomorrow. All right, 12:22. Finally just got one solid dot and the other blinking. So takes an hour per dot with this fast charger. That's incredible. I'm just guessing an hour. Hopefully it continues that way. Trust me, because without this high voltage or whatever one and this high voltage cable, I wouldn't be nowhere near that. If you guys remember my American Discovery Tour, I would sit like outside of a grocery store or a Casey's for like 4 hours, and sometimes I wouldn't even get one dot. So, all right, 3:15, guys. I just getting restless, just sitting here, and an old timer pulled up, and he just like literally walked right back to where I was at, looked at me, got on his phone and left. So, you know, I get all uncomfortable with that, which I don't know. I'm not doing nothing wrong, although the sign says no loitering, but I'm at a park during the day, avoiding the heat, so I don't know if I'm loitering or not. Anyway, it was time for me to go. 4 hours is enough. The power bank didn't quite work out, an hour to each dot. I think it took till 2 o'clock to get that second dot solid. So I've had an hour and 15 minutes on the third dot. So I got more than I had, so that's all that matters. I should be able to get at least 2 full charges, maybe plus some, 2.5 charges on my phone out of that block. I topped off my other block that I used a little bit this morning, and I got my phone back to 100, which I'll waste right now. But I'm going to walk back to the gas station, buy a couple Gatorades, refill my Nalgene, refill this with Gatorade, and then get them moving. I'm hoping I don't have to walk a whole 6 miles to find somewhere to camp, but if I do, I do. I'm crossing the bridge. This is the Columbia River. I think I called it the Columbian River earlier. I was just thinking about my power situation. I can't keep using my phone how I have been because I have no clue if I'm going to be able to get power in this next town of Orient. And even if I can, it's only going to be like from a couple hours from a park. And I still have to make it to at least the first before I hit a town where I'll be able to actually sit down and relax and get power. So I need to chill with the phone usage. Well, I'm only like a mile into this hike. It's not even 4 o'clock yet. And I'm looking for a place to camp. So there's a raceway right here. But I'm looking for the first place, like after this open field, somewhere I can just pull off this road and walk into the woods and set up. All right, guys, I just cut through some thick shrubbery. The road's only probably not even 500 yards away from me that way, but it's through some thick, and it's all this like that stuff. It's like holly, but it's blue. It's just some thick stuff. I mean, it was beating the crap out of me. I had to put my sleeves down. I'm filthy now, hot. And I was hoping, like, when you got in, it would like clear up. I thought it was just along the road, but no, it's all the way back in. This is like an old road. Ow. It's like an old road or something I'm on. I'm just being quiet because I literally have no clue what's around me. It doesn't look like anything. Well, it's 20 after 4. I'm really not that happy with this spot, but I am not walking through that again until I have to leave. So this is where it's going to be. I'm right here on an old, I guess, road. It's just covered with animal dung. So it looks like you got a little whitetail there, and then maybe a mule deer, or I still don't know what moose scat looks like, so I don't know. But this is the main trail they're going to use. They're not going to walk through this crap. So I'm sure I'll have company tonight. All right, good morning, everybody. It's 0550. It's Saturday, August 20th, and I just cut through that crap, which probably doesn't look that bad, but it's all like, I don't know, some kind of like holly thorns and just thick overgrown brush. So, but I did find a much better route out than I went in last night. I took my time yesterday and looked around, and I found like that old roadway I was sleeping on. I kind of followed that out, even though it was still bad, but nowhere near what I went through to get in. Plus, I was all hot and sweaty yesterday, so it was just a mess. I forgot to bring this up yesterday. The people that gave me the ride, extremely nice people. But you know, country folk that live out here in the middle of nowhere are just different. Like I said, that lady was walking her dog with no leash, but she was carrying what I believe was a 410 shotgun bolt action, which just happened to also be my first shotgun that I ever got. I got it on Easter when I was 12 years old. Anyway, so I was telling them about it. I'm like, yeah, you know, just because you're in Washington, it's not all like Seattle. And they're like, and I told them about the gun, and the lady goes, yeah, my gun's right here. And she pulls out of the center console a 410 Taurus, like Judge. It might be the Defender or whatever, but it's the little revolver that holds 410 shells. And then the guy goes, yeah, mine's right here. And he pulls up a Smith & Wesson 460. It's a massive gun. Like, I'm like, whoa, all right. And then their granddaughter's in the back seat with me, and she just rolls her eyes. She's like, them and their guns. She don't get them started. Man, I wish on this hike, especially after I go up hills, I wish it was like a video game and I had like 30 lives or something. I could just hit up, down, left, right, A, B, A, B, select, start. Have 30 lives, and then after each challenging part, like, whoop, he's dead, start over fresh. Does anybody remember Contra? Am I dating myself? I just checked my photos. So today's my 4th day out, and I cannot believe how absolute, probably can't really tell, but I'm filthy. And it's from walking on these, you know, dirt roads, but also being soaking wet because it's 100 degrees. So, I'm just absolutely filthy. Like, I was already thinking about putting on my shorts, but I still have 2 weeks to go out here. Or 12 days, it's close enough to 2 weeks. So I'm not ready yet. So I definitely will be making a change, or if I happen to pass a lake or something, or maybe even a cow trough, I'll try to wash my pants off a little bit. All right, well, I don't even have to go down to the river. Oh, my back, it looks like we got water right here. Let me just make sure it's working. There we go. We got water. All right, on my way out, let me just check it. Drank a liter, filled up, so I got my 3.5 or 4 liters, whatever I normally carry with me. Took a baby wipe in between my where the cut's at or whatever's going on down there, and then put some more of that anti-friction rub or whatever. It just hurts, so I'm sure it's going to be a mess today. A little rain out, nothing drastic, but getting wet. Feels good. It's actually a little on the chilly side, but it's steamy. It's like a chilly, steamy, makes no sense, but whoa. Huh. All right, 9:15, guys. I'm 8 miles in. It's getting extremely sticky. I'm soaked from the rain and from the sweat. Excuse me. But trugging along through cattle country here. Just love this little, just the woods. It's got a good woody look. I don't know, that makes no sense, but just the pine needles, that's, oh man. Build me a little Unabomber shack in there. That's all I would need in life. I'm going to get high class. Someone can drop me off like a trailer, or even high class, or like an Airstream. I'd be, oh man, I would be living the life. All right, 11:55, guys. I'm 11.08 miles in. I was just supposed to pass a stream and a pond. It said easy access to them, but neither are there, so I don't know. I could see where a stream was supposed to be at, but I definitely don't see no pond. Unless that field was flooded at some time of the year. I don't know. Oh, I don't know if I got that on camera. That fish just jumped right there. Alright, I'm going to grab some water here and then I'll be on my way. See how marshy it is. Doesn't look bad. If the sun was out, I would go bathing right now. It's getting awfully sticky out here. And I'm not even dealing with the sun. But I'm soaked. That water doesn't taste too swampy. A little bit of off-putting taste, but it is extremely warm. So I'm hoping I'm supposed to be coming up maybe on a creek. I can swap it out. And there's a cow trough coming up. It's got a slow trickle, like spring fed supposedly. So maybe that'll be colder. Alright guys, 1:50. I'm going to take another break here and eat my dinner or whatever. I've been eating a whole lot the last couple days out, but I've been hiking well. I'm at 14.75 miles. So I'm right where I want to be at. Now the only issue is if I stop now, then I basically have like 12 or 13 miles to get into town, and town is a couple miles off trail, so I'm going to hit 15 in town. I don't know. I might do a couple more miles after this. There might be water up here in a couple miles. So I might hike to that and then try to find camp around there. But I don't want to be done yet. But I can probably find camp around here. I'll see how I feel after I eat. But I really, it's a little early still. I still have some energy. I'm still feeling half decent. My feet aren't exactly hamburger or nothing. So, all right, on the move again. But after I ate and took a lengthy little break, I'm done. Once you slow down, it's like my body just knows. And my neck, I was rolling my neck, man, and it just started popping and out. Oh, it hurts. But I'm just tight now, so I'm basically just going to walk down the road just a little bit and look. Oh, jeez, I got to pay attention where I'm going. Find a place to start setting up camp. All right, good morning, everybody. It's Sunday, August 21st. It's 6:30 a.m. I was camping back in there. Ended up thunderstorming last night for a couple hours, like around 3 a.m., like 3 to 5:30. It was raining. Not too heavy, but enough to turn my area into like a cow patty shit slick creek or something. Like it's just, I feel super dirty and icky this morning just walking around that. It wasn't a great spot to camp, but like you look back here, it looks great, but it's all riveted up from all the cattle walking and all. You just can't find a comfortable area. So I picked underneath the trees. You can see where they're like, I guess, I don't know if cattle wallow like pigs, but you know what I mean, where you can see where they're laying down for shade. I was reading my notes this morning when it was raining out and I couldn't sleep. It looks like the store that I need in this town is closed on Sundays, so that's my luck. It's not really a problem. It's just going to be a problem. I'm going to have to hike more miles next week because it's only 11.5 trail miles. And then 3.5 to town, so they don't count. So that's going to be, we'll call it 6 miles so I get back on trail. So I'll be over, you know. And what I'm saying is I'm going to get into town today. It's only going to be 11.5, so I'm going to go into town and just see if I don't have service, I'm going to go down and see what I can find. Maybe I can find someone to plug my phone in so this afternoon won't be a complete waste. I got about 1.5 liters of water on me. None of it's good water. Some of it's from that warm lake. It's a little swampy from yesterday, or pond I should say. And then this morning I tried to fill up my bag from a very slow moving creek, but I don't know if anyone else has this issue, if I'm doing something wrong. When the creek's like slow and I can't get the bag, like the tip of the bag well below the opening, it just doesn't fill up. Like I can keep it there forever and the water just won't go in it, you know what I mean? It just kind of, I don't know, doesn't go in. So I just dipped my Nalgene, like dug it into the creek bottom, and remember, it's a creek, it's a small creek on the side of the road that's surrounded by cow patties. So, I mean, I've drinking plenty of cow patty water before in Colorado, especially Colorado. I only got sick that one time, but that was, I think I got that from a beaver pond. Remember when my filter was broke and I ran out of drops. So, but what I'm saying is, I can only get like a half an Nalgene full. It's hard to get water when it's not moving fast. So I put the drops in it. Anyway, I just need to get water at a half decent place here. I'm supposed to be passing a rural fire station here in about 8 miles, so I should be fine. It's not that hot. It's not hot at all, actually. It feels good. My sleeves are down and everything this morning, so. I re-listened to the last couple chapters of that second Jack Carr book in the series. I think the second book I listened to is called True Believer or something like that. Good book. I've already talked about it, but he talked about it involved like a sniper shot, and they were talking about shooting and stuff like that. I talked about it before with the ammo and all, but here's a little known fact for everybody. Back in the day when I was on the Marine Corps shooting team, I actually have a gold medal from the 1,000-yard lines. I think I probably talked about it. I know I talked about shooting from the 1,000-yard line before, but shooting medals are extremely rare in the Marine Corps. There's just not a lot of people get to be on the shooting team or enter shooting competitions, period. Especially during the global war on terrorism all going on. But after my deployment to Iraq, it was my second deployment. And anyway, I was due for a break, so when I went to Edson Range, and I started out as a range coach, teaching recruits how to shoot, and worked my way up to being a block NCO. I ran the sound card, so the guy giving the commands. And then I tried out for the shooting team there. I made the Marine Corps Recruit Depot shooting team, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I won a gold medal from the 1,000-yard line in Quantico, Virginia during inter-service. It's like, besides the Nationals up in Camp Perry, it's the biggest military match. You shoot against the Army marksmanship team, which, you know, Marines and Army don't necessarily get along, and I'll talk crap about the Army all day long. But their marksmanship team is top of the line. But, you know, the Army does it different because they recruit people literally from college, from the Olympics and stuff. And once you make their marksmanship team, that's your MOS. That's your job for, it could be 20 years. So, whereas the Marine Corps shooting team, the longest you're going to be on it. I mean, there's a handful of people that can get there for about 2.5 to 3 years when they're on their, because usually after you do two deployments, you'll go to a duty station where you get a break for 3 years. So there's a handful of people, but I literally mean like 4 or 5 that are on there for 3 years traveling. But other than that, they just recruit people they see from division matches from the East Coast and West Coast, and then they'll pull them and they'll be on the summer team. And you only get like 3 months on there. So the Marine Corps shooting team does incredibly well, but the Army shooting team, I mean, when you get to shoot every day, all day, and that's all you do for years, you're going to be better. A couple little views, haven't had many for a little while. My feet are beat up. I've been hiking well. I mean, I think I've been averaging 15. That day of 25 or whatever helped a lot. And I know some of that was in a car, but still, I've been maintaining. I've been doing good, I think, especially for road walking. But I feel it today. Woo! 7:45. I just had a mini heart attack, and everything's not. Oh man, my lens is filthy. I gotta sew on a little fleece patch on my next shirt, because when I wipe it with this shirt, it just smudges it. Anyway, my phone music I was playing, and it just stopped and went dim, bright, dim, bright. Anyway, my phone went blank, so I started taking the phone case off, having a heart attack, and then it just restarted on its own. So hopefully my location gets picked back up and there's no issues. I was literally like, what do I do now? I'd have to figure out my way to town, and then I would just have to camp here, somewhere around here for the next 2 weeks. Oh man, hopefully this is not an issue, but that was scary. I remember this happened to me in Colorado. All right, got my water topped off. Didn't fill everything up because I should be able to get water at this fire station coming up in another like 5 miles or so. I'm 3.23 in. Man, that mini heart attack, and trust me, this is a bad place for me to lose all my navigation. But there's worse spots than this, trust me, because at least I have a general direction where I'm going, and I know town. You know, I can only make so many turns on these roads, so I'd have figured it out. Plus, I have food. I'd have been okay, and if I... Sorry, I got a mouthful of Clif Bar. Yeah, Alright, it's 9:50, guys. I'm 8.72 miles in. Should be coming up. Yeah, there's the sign up there for the fire station. So I'll stop, dump all this cow patty water out, and hopefully get some fresh water from the spigot if it's on. Some of the notes say it's locked, and some of the notes say it's fine. So we'll see. Holy shit! Can you hear the turkey? I just saw a turkey freaking out, and then it started to fly, and it flew right over me. And I looked on my right. This is crazy. And there was a mountain lion right here chasing the turkey. And it stopped and looked at me, and then just pounced off. Wow. I was like getting ready to grab my spray because it's a freaking mountain lion, and then just took off. Man, seeing a mountain lion is rare. Holy crap. That was beautiful. I mean, that mountain lion was beautiful. It was literally right here. It was 10 yards from me. It was right on this incline. And then it took off running. I could still hear the turkey. I wonder if he got hit at all. It looked like he was struggling to fly, but turkeys always kind of look like they're struggling to fly. Did he run up a tree by any chance? Holy crap, I wish I would have got that. It was beautiful, but I was frozen for a second. Once it made eye contact with me, because I was like, oh crap, that's a mountain lion. That's the first mountain lion I've ever seen in my life, like out in the wilderness. I'm gonna guess it was only a year or two old. Very healthy, beautiful. Wow, I can't believe that. I mean, that was beautiful. I keep looking behind me now, like he's stalking me or something. God, he was right there. I froze and I had to make up my mind. I was thinking about grabbing my OC spray, but it happened so quick, and then he was gone. As soon as he made eye contact with me, boom, gone. Man, he was right there, 10 yards away. Man, I'm still excited about seeing that mountain lion. It was beautiful. It's a nice river. Supposedly you can jump off some rocks and stuff in here somewhere. Probably right here. Probably jump off the bridge deep down there. I'm going to drop my pack, get in the shade for a couple minutes, take my shoes off, just relax before I do this. Well, I got another mile or so to go here on the actual trail, and then I got to break off and head into town. Yep, I'm supposed to be going right across the street, and then the next marked water source on my map is 13 miles into that, but it looks like there's water before that. But I'm leaving trail now at 11.66, and I'm walking about 3.5 miles into the tiny little town of Orient, Washington. This will be the last town that I pass till the 1st, so what's that, 11 more days? So like I said, this is an important resupply. I have 5 mashed potatoes and a soup in my bag, and I think 8 bars, maybe 6 bars. So I definitely need a resupply. My money is extremely low. I shouldn't have bought all that Gatorade, what was that, 2 days ago? So that was $30 I spent in that store. But I was thinking I was going to have an extra $30 to $50, maybe even $100 in the Venmos. But I don't think that happened, so I'll make do with what I got to. Well, I got service. Keeps bouncing from 5G to 4G LTE or whatever. The Essential store, it's an Essentials general store. It's closed on the weekends. Doesn't open up till 11 o'clock tomorrow. I'm usually most of my miles done by then, but the weather breaks tomorrow, or I'll check the weather to make sure right now, but it's like it doesn't matter. But looks like I'm going to have a late day in town. I'm still going to go into town. That's all that's in town as far as I can find. Just that one store. So hopefully I can find camping in and around town and a place to charge up my stuff. All right, 12:15, guys. Well, I can't see the sign on my phone, but it's over there somewhere. I'm entering Orient. I'm 14.99 miles in, just getting ready to hit 15, and as I stare at the watch so I can see it happen, and I feel it. My feet skid 15 on the dot. Looks like I can sneak in a couple places along the highway and camp. All right, guys, it's 10 after 3. I'm just leaving the tiny little town of Orient. Right when I walked in, probably can't see it right now. Right there, a little building right there. It's the park. Literally, like as soon as I walked into town, I found that. I didn't find I kind of walked into it. But anyway, they had electrical outlets there. So I got 2.5 hours of power, which got my watch topped back off. Got my phone to 100. And the power bank, maybe I might get a full charge out of it on my phone, maybe. But I was there for 2.5 hours. And I was getting crazy stares from everybody. You're in a small town and you stick out. So a wonderful lady just pulled up and she's like, hey, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm going to have to turn the electricity off. The only reason it's on is because we had a party here yesterday. We had a barbecue, which you could see the trash and the signs everywhere. So she's basically telling me to get out of there. But we started talking, and her brother was in the Marine Corps. And I ended up leaving. I got, she had some macaroni salad she had to get rid of, so she put a couple scoops in a Ziploc for me. And then, dude, it was so hard. I asked her, she had a couple small, like the little 8-ounce bottles of soda. I think they're 8 ounces, you know, the tiny ones. I was like, would I be greedy if I asked for one of them sodas also? She goes, nope, help yourself, grab one. She's like, just one though, because she, I guess all the leftover stuff, she already sold to another lady. She's like, she won't miss one though. So, I got a soda and some macaroni salad. And this feels like the American Discovery Trail now. Just being on that road is going to freak me out, worrying about a farmer coming down it. So I'm going to walk the tracks for a little bit. Try to get past this hayfield. And then see if I can't find another place. I'm still not to the place where I thought I seen from the road. Although I would be exposed from the road, but I don't foresee this being a very busy highway. Alright, railroad tracks. Highway, but I can't be seen. Boom. It's got a little semi curve like this. A little bumpy, but it'll do for a night. As long as it doesn't rain. If it rains, I got it coming from both sides. So, not a good place to be if it rains. Alright, 5 o'clock, guys. There's not many tents you're getting in this little spot that I set up here. I never get it back as far as I wanted. It always ends up pulling forward. So I hope my sleeping area is okay. But I got the front doors wide open tonight. I forgot that I didn't dry her out today, so she's all wet. But I got the front doors wide open. Put down that extra guy line just to tighten it up a little bit in case we get some weather rolling in tonight. But yeah, should be good. Not very often you sleep next to some railroad tracks next to a river. Beautiful camping spots, literally right down the hill right there, but somebody's property. So here I am.